All praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Warakakwadash. Peace, blessings, and much respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the elders who rule well within Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like, pushing out this purified truth. To the rest of the church who believe as well, you men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons, and daughters also. The water to Yahawashi, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. Revelations chapter 13 and verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. And this isn't speaking of physical ears. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So what did Esau do? Esau has led our people into captivity and has killed our people with the sword. Even unto this day, our people are still under captivity, under Esau, and are still being killed by the sword of Esau till this day. Then Esau will make an excuse and say, well, you guys are killing each other. Well, one, we're under the curses. Two, you create the traps and the ploys to entice our people to do such a thing. And it's more than likely that your enemies are going to be those you are around. So if Israelites are among Israelites, of course, violence towards one another would be higher in comparison towards someone else you're not around like that. Just like it's more common for Edomites to kill Edomites. It's more common for Moabites to kill Moabites. Okay, but it's you devils that have planted traps and have set up things to purposely keep our people behind, to purposely keep our people in a mental state of delusion, okay? But you can't fool the elect. So seeing that you Edomites, you've led our people into captivity, you're going into captivity. Then you'll make an excuse also, well, everybody's gone into slavery. Everybody has suffered some type of captivity. Well, no one has done it like you. You took it to a level that was just totally unacceptable in the eyes of the Lord. Okay, yeah, he punished us, but you furthered our affliction by totally just being the devil. Okay, so seeing that you've led us into captivity, there's a punishment for that. Exodus chapter 21 and verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So seeing that not only have you stolen a man, you've stolen a whole nation. And you've sold a whole nation. Okay, now you'll say it was black people that sold black people into slavery. Well, first of all, we're not black. That is a made-up concept that didn't come around until the 1600s. Okay? It was the Hamites that sold Israelites into slavery. And they're going to pay for that as well. But looking at you Edomites, what you've done to us, the level that you've took our slavery, is like no other slavery under the history of the heavens. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So guess what? Yahawashi is going to return. And guess where he's going to find us? He's going to find us under the hands of Esau. So they're going to be guilty because we're still in captivity. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1. The burden of Egypt, speaking of modern day Babylon. Behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, speaking of a spaceship, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt, in the midst of it. So Yahweh Shai is coming to invade America. And when he invades America, guess where he's going to find us? Captivated under Esau. Let's jump back to Exodus chapter 21 and verse 16. And he that stealeth a man, Esau stole a whole nation, and selleth him. Esau is selling our people all the time. Hell, you got something known as sex trafficking or organ harvesting. Okay? They sell us in the work industry. They sell our data. Data, tomato. Or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So when Yahweh Shai invades Egypt or America, the Israelites are going to be found in the hand of Esau. Okay? And Esau has a problem with you devils. Let's go to the book of Romans chapter 9 and verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So it's clear as day. The Lord loves Jacob and he hates Esau. Now Esau doesn't just represent one man. Esau represents a nation of people. So the Lord hates the nation of Edom. This is Genesis chapter 36 and verse 1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who was Edom. So when I read that the Lord loves Jacob and hates Esau, he's not just primarily only speaking of Esau, but Esau and his descendants, those who come from him. Esau represents a whole nation, just like Jacob represents a whole nation. Now these are the generations of Esau, who was Edom. Let's jump down to verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. So seeing that the Lord hates Esau, he hates the whole nation of Edom. Okay? Seeing that they put us in slavery, they've done all this wickedness towards us. Because of the violence that Esau has done against the children of Israel, there's no chance for them. Okay? The Lord is going to punish them. Isaiah chapter 1. Let me see. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 10. For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So although Jacob and Esau were brothers, that brotherly covenant was broken a long time ago. Esau broke that covenant. And the Lord, he hates all of Edom, all of Esau, because of the violence against Jacob. Jacob being the Lord's chosen nation, because out of Jacob come the Israelites. Okay? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. So all the heathen are going to pay. But Esau, although he is the base of all nations, right now he's the head of the heathen. So it starts with Esau. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. So just like we were thrown into slavery, y'all are going to be thrown into slavery. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. There you go. You reap what you sow. So I read how the Lord loves Jacob and he hates Esau. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 1. Be ye therefore followers of God as dear children. So if God himself, if the Heavenly Father himself hates Esau, if we're followers of him, we would also hate Esau, which represents the whole nation of Edom. And walk in love as Mashiach also hath loved us, and hath given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to the power for a sweet smelling savor. So we have to be followers of the Heavenly Father. And the Heavenly Father He hates Esau. And Esau's going to pay for the violence that's been done against the children of Israel. Although Jacob and Esau were brothers, again, Esau broke that brotherly covenant because of the violence against the Israelites. Okay? And Esau loves violence. Psalms chapter 11 and verse 5. The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. So this is in the Old Testament. And this hasn't happened yet. But upon these devils is going to rain fire and brimstone and a horrible tempest. So there's going to be a nuclear destruction followed by a fierce wind. That's going to be their portion because they love violence. They exercise violence. That's why in this society, okay, so much blood has soaked into the soil of Babylon unjustly. Okay? So it's not going to go well for these Edomites. They're going to pay. So that Christian doctrine of the Lord loving everybody, that is false. The Lord is going to judge you Edomites, man. Because that's righteous. That's the right thing to do. Seeing how we've been treated throughout our time here in Babylon, seeing how these other nations have looked at us, you would be a fool to think the Lord loves Esau, or the Lord is going to give Esau Edom a chance, seeing that he's being exposed all the time. Okay? Luke chapter 12. In verse 3, therefore whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in the closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. And this shows you that nothing is done in secret. That's why you devils are being exposed. All your so-called secrets are coming to light, and seeing that not only did you enslave a whole nation of people, you enslaved the Lord's people. So of all the people that you could have enslaved, you enslaved the wrong ones. And the Lord is going to judge you for that. You reap what you sow. All right? So that's why you Edomites, which that's just one of an innumerable amount of things of why you Edomites are going to pay, why you're going into hardcore slavery. But then after that time of you serving your slavery, you're going to be wiped off the face of the earth. We're not going to see Edomites again after they serve out their slavery in the kingdom of heaven. So, Kah Halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Shalom.